Hello, welcome to this quick training, Shift and Serve, where we go over the 4 steps it takes to go from $0 to $10,000 months as an online fitness coach. My name is Morrison. I'm your host. This is Shift and Serve. The mantra is shift your mind, serve your people. Okay, so we're going to get all in it today on how you can apply this 4-step framework and this process that I've gone through, so many of our clients have gone through, and built a life of their dream and changed their lives. And we're going to break down exactly how it all works and what Shift and Serve is all about and what it can do for you. Okay, so you guys can see this is some results here, guys. I have made over $3 million in the online coaching space. You can see here, that's me, obviously, with some of my team members. I built an entire team, and everyone on my team that helps me now run Shift and Serve was once a client. Okay, so it doesn't matter about this, but I just want you guys to know we have the results. We know what we're doing, so you are in good hands. Okay, but just so you know, guys, it was not always like this. You can move here. You can see some of my photos here. There's me back in the day when I was a personal trainer at a local gym in Phoenix, Arizona. I was doing the grind. I was working a 9-to-5 job and personal training and teaching boot camp on the side. Fast forward today, you can see like I'm usually working in my pajamas. Like right now, I'm just chilling in my t-shirt, cuddling, my little puppy, Coco. Hi, baby. And just living the dream life. I travel, I do what I want when I want. And I just promise you guys, like, my life wasn't always this way until I applied this framework. So I'm telling you, if I can do this when I was a broke personal trainer a few years ago to building a multiple 7-figure business online, you can make $5,000 to $10,000 a month as an online fitness coach. Okay. So you can see, breaks down back here. When I first started my online fitness coaching business and applied this process, I made $9,200 in 2 weeks. I remember I got my first $1,500 client, and it absolutely just floored me and changed my life. And we have so many of our clients doing the same. Okay, so I just want to show you guys this really quick, and then we'll get right into the meat, and I'm going to give you actionable items to do so that you can get these results. Like Lexi here, who has signed multiple clients. She's gotten $1,500 clients. We teach you how to sign high ticket clients. Gianna, who made $6,000. By the way, we used to be called Buff and Paid. We just changed our name like a month ago. So if you see Buff and Paid, it's still the same exact company. We just changed our name to Shift and Serve to be more aligned. Okay. So, but you can see so many girls, $6,900, signing $500 a month clients. We have so many of these. Becky got her first client, and I'm going to show you a bunch more at the end here if you guys want to see some more case studies. But I don't want to spend too much time on this. I know there's a lot out there, and I just want to get into the meat and give you guys some actionable items so you can walk away from this training having clear action and know what to do so that you can have these results. Okay? So that being said, there are 4 steps when it comes to building a successful online fitness coaching business. And this is what Shift and Serve is all about. Okay, so the shift part is mindset. So you need to shift your mind, shift your feelings, shift your way of being, and we'll get into that. And then you need to shift your messaging. Okay, so we're going to teach you when you shift your internal beliefs, you start to get clear on who you are, what you've gone through, what your message is, and you shift the message that you're speaking, and you get really defined on one ideal client and one niche. Okay, and we'll dive into all of that. And so you've shifted your mind, you've shifted your content and your marketing and your message. Now you're going to show up in service with sales or enrollment. I know a lot of you guys have bad feelings around sales, but I'm telling you, essentially what this business is you're learning how to become a very good person that influences other people and enrolls them into a bigger vision for themselves. They're going to pay you a premium price to get premium results. Okay, so we'll talk all about that. But shifting your mind into that sales is service. So you're serving all people by going online and creating content, by having conversations, by building this business. You are in service to humanity. And then whoever ends up signing up in your program, you're serving your people, right? So sales is serving all people. Fulfillment is when you serve your clients and your customers that signed up for you, and they're going to get a specific transformation. Okay, so we're going to dive into all that. Okay, so let me move over here. So step 1 is to shift your mind. All right, so the real reason you're not starting let's be honest, is you're in your mother freaking head and you're making excuses and you want to be perfect and you're afraid what people think and what your parents are going to say and what your friends are going to say and what your college colleagues are going to say, like all of these different opinions that have nothing to do with you, right? And we'll get into that. So, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Are you making decisions in your life from your current reality? You're broke, you're burnt out, whatever it is. Are you deciding and operating from scarcity and lack from where you're at now? Or I'm going to shift you today. Can you start making decisions from the future version of you? The version of you that makes $5,000 to $10,000 a month as an online coach, she thinks, feels, and acts a certain way. Okay. So psychologists have proven we have 60 to 90,000 thoughts in a day, guys, and 90% of those are repeated. So you are thinking the same thoughts every single day, therefore having the same actions and the same results in your life, okay? So the formula is really simple. If you want to change your reality, your bank account, your body, your relationships, whatever, you have to take personal radical responsibility for the beginning of it all, which is your thinking. It's your thoughts. The thoughts are the identity, the stories, and the beliefs. The stories are the thoughts you play in your head. And the more you play it, it becomes a set belief inside of you. And that's your identity. So most of you guys have an identity that's not yours. It's your parents, it's society's. And as you go through this journey and you're probably called to this training or called to me and called to looking into this, is you are going to change who you are at the thinking level, which they've proven your thinking triggers a feeling, and what you feel, you act on. And it's the trinity, it's the cycle. And whatever you're doing repeatedly and acting on, you're going to think that way and feel that way. So you have to change all of this, right? And sometimes if you start changing your actions, the thoughts will follow and the feelings, right? So you just need to start changing your thoughts, feelings, and actions. But I believe if you start with the thinking and the beliefs, you'll feel better, and then you'll act better, and then you'll get better results, okay? So here's an example, okay? Everyone here on this training has a paradigm and a belief and a blueprint on money. Most of you guys think, oh, there's a recession coming, money's hard, money's limited, money's bad, money doesn't grow on trees, there's never enough, I pay my bills, and then I'm back to square one, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, I'm never gonna get ahead, okay? How many of you guys are playing that in your head right here, okay? So the new belief that you have to choose to think and dwell on, sorry if you guys hear some motorcycles. I live in an apartment that's right next to a major street, and it's getting nice out and summer's coming, and they just love to broom broom right by. So if you hear that. But anyways, so you can do this with any belief, whatever belief you have around men, around money, around your body, around nutrition, around society, around sex, like whatever beliefs you have around something, you can literally do this. Just draw a line in the middle of the paper and write down what you believe, and then you're going to choose the opposite of that. So today I invite you to make these your mantra. Money's limitless. I always have enough money. Money flows to me effortlessly. I can create money. Money is easy. Money is always available to me. And we work a lot in Shift and Serve on your relationship with money, okay? So what you want to do, guys, is get clear on the amount of money you desire and how it would change your life, okay? So a lot of people come to me, they're like, I want to make $5,000 a month or 10 grand a month. Most people say 10 grand a month because it's what everyone else is doing. But I want you to ask yourself, where would that $10,000 a month go? Would you pay off debt? How much would you pay for your house that you live in? Would you upgrade your lifestyle? Would you save for your kids? Like where would you put that $10,000? Grab a piece of pen and paper or a spreadsheet and make your dream budget. What would you do with $10,000 a month? Okay. So start dreaming about that. We'll talk about that in a second. And like I said on the last slide, identify the limiting beliefs that you have on the left side and then transform them into an empowering belief. Okay. You have to have unwavering belief in yourself and the business. And remember, the action you're going to take, it's going to feel good. It's going to feel inspired when you follow this formula by first starting with the thought and the feeling, okay? And know that you might be blocking money right now, babe. All of the BS in your head, all the anxiety, your nervous system's a hot mess. You've been in scarcity your entire life. We need to work to reprogram and allow yourself to receive and be open to money. Remember, most of your beliefs come from childhood and subconscious programming. You do have a relationship with money, and you must do the inner work, rewiring those thoughts, meditation, prayer, affirmations. We'll talk about all that. And know that your bank account is simply reflecting what you really feel about yourself. So if you are going in the negative or not as much as you want, you have to raise your intrinsic value first before it shows up in the physical world. Okay. And we work on all this manifestation, quantum physics, science, reprogramming your subconscious mind, tracking things. We work through all of this in Shift and Serve. Okay. And so your mantra is let money flow. There's always more where that came from. Okay. So how do you do this? You're going to practice journaling and spending 5 minutes to visualize and feel what it would be like to have the money you have. Okay. So again, we dive really deep into this if you work with us, but I want to just give you the surface of it all is just spending 5 minutes a day to close your eyes and practice feeling like you have the $10,000 a month. Like literally, what would that feel like, right? And one of your biggest things you walk away from this training is shift into gratitude. I'm so incredibly happy and grateful for my $10,000 a month. Start saying thank you for things before they show up, because gratitude is the perfect precursor to receiving. Okay. Now I want you guys to think about this with your journal too. Like, what did you see and hear about money growing up? How did and does your mom view money, or your dad? How do I currently receive? How do I feel when I give? And how can I practice giving or receiving? You want money to flow. Okay. So oftentimes, if you're looking for a coach, you're looking to start a business, when you invest in a mentor, that comes back to you tenfold, because you're creating the cycle of wealth, right? So you have to learn how to let go of money. And a lot of times we have shame around money because we spent it on whatever, things that we think were bad, all the hair and makeup and clothes. But if you can start investing your money into an ROI, something that's going to come back, and the best place to invest in is yourself. Okay, so that's the mindset part. Really quick, let's break it down just logistically. So if you want to make $10,000 a month, we're going to teach you how to create an offer and a program and build it out where it's worth $1,500. You need about 7 clients at that rate to hit 10K months. To get 7 clients, you need to do about 14 sales calls if your close rate is 50%. And we'll break this down later, and we break this down if we work with you. What are your metrics, and how can we reverse engineer those percentages so that you are guaranteed results? Okay. So just think about it. If you want to take on 7 clients, you need to do about 3 to 4 sales calls a week. And that is however many calls you book a week. That's what you want to do with the posting, engagement, DMings. Eventually you can get into Facebook ads, stuff like that. But again, it's a proven formula. Once you know how much you want to make, how much your offer is, you just reverse engineer your marketing and sales efforts. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Get excited, because this is very, very possible for you. Okay. So that's the first step, shifting your mind, getting your mind around how much money you want, reprogramming. The second step is to shift your message. Okay. So do you think if you niche down, you'll lose out on potential clients, right? Do you feel like you want to be, you want to just be a general fat loss coach for everybody because you're afraid to be the fat loss coach for moms that just had a baby or whatever, right? We'll go into some of that in just a minute. And then you have too many ideas and you find it hard to pick one, and you struggle to make content and put yourself out there, right? You're just kind of like posting stuff randomly. Feel like you're not doing much there. So, okay. See if my face is in the way. So remember, a niche is a specific group of people who have a niche down pain point and goal as well as identity, right? For example, if you're just a fitness coach to everybody, or are you a fitness coach to moms that just had a baby? Okay. That person has a specific pain point, right? And a specific goal, and they have a specific identity. So we want to speak to one specific person. Okay. And the reason you want to do this is because this allows you to work with clients who need exactly what you offer and to help them transform their lives. And what if you could know exactly what and how to make content that's going to attract your dream client? Okay. We'll talk all about it. So I want to shift you guys here that defining your niche will allow you to stand out. Okay. You want to speak to one person. It's going to help you target that person, and it's going to help you when you sit down to make content. Okay. The riches are in the niches. You have to know your ideal client inside and out, like become obsessed with her, because usually she's you 6 months to a year to 2 years ago. You are just helping yourself. That's what's so cool about this business, okay? And get inside their head, like speak to someone. What's the ultimate result you can provide someone? Like what is Sierra, who just had a baby, like what is she actually saying when she goes to bed at night? She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid my husband is going to lose attraction for me, right? Like those real things that she's thinking, that's what you want to speak about in your content, not just another like, here's 5 tips to lose fat. It's like, here's the 5 things you need to do to get your dream body back after having a baby so that you can feel confident, keep attraction with your husband, keep things in the right order of things. Like you really want to be more specific and niched and shifted in your marketing message. Okay. So know that creating content that speaks to your ideal client is literally your job, guys. Like I know a lot of people are doing content nowadays and stuff, but you can build a 6-7 figure business by following the simple proven framework and not getting like distracted with all these shiny things and building a business for that one person. And creating content is your job every single day. It's posting content until you can get, more paid ads and funnels and website. You don't need any of that stuff before you get to 5 to 10K months. Okay. So take it seriously and stop posting random stuff. Think of your content as a resource for people to get to know you and see what you are and what you're all about. Like this training is like, it's content where you guys are learning about me, you're learning about our process, and we can help you put a training like this together for your leads and your clients. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have heard, nowadays Google has the 11-7-4 rules. That means people need to, I'm pretty sure they need to consume 11 hours of your content, 7 different touch points over 4 different platforms. Okay. So that means they need to see you on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of that. Don't let that overwhelm you. But in the beginning, you want to start with one platform, but you need to be putting out a crap ton of content in the beginning. Okay. So content is your full-time job is what I'm getting at. And know they're learning from you, connecting with you. And every time you post on social media, it has a purpose, whether that's just being front of mind and showing your face, shifting them educationally. And we'll get into all the content here types in just a second, but being good at your content is everything. Okay. It is to build the know, like, and trust factor. You guys know this. You need to show up consistently. You need to show who you are, show your quirks, right? You guys see who I am, and show your expertise, that you're an authority in what you teach. Okay. So here's some I help statements for niching down. A macro coach is I help women lose 20 pounds in 90 days without giving up pizza and wine. Like that's perfect for someone that, wants to keep their lifestyle and eat whatever they want still and lose the weight. I help moms get their pre-baby body back in 45 minutes a day or less, right? Like, so we help you put these foundational statements together so that that's the foundation of who you're speaking to in your marketing, your offer, and the sales process. Okay. So we'll teach you all of this when you work with us and Shift and Serve. But hopefully this is just getting your juices flowing and giving you ideas on how you can do this. Okay. So again, you shift your mindset, you get clear on your niche, and now you're making content. So within your content, you want to come up with your content pillars. Okay. So like ours are the 4 pillars: mindset, marketing, sales, and fulfillment. Most fitness coaches are mindset, nutrition, movement, lifestyle. So you'll come up with your pillars and you'll make different content in each of these categories throughout the weeks. You'll kind of shift those, cycle those different types of content according to the pillar. So let's say you have a mindset post for that day. You can decide, am I going to educate someone in mindset? Am I going to shift someone in mindset and their beliefs? Am I going to tell a story, or do I have a free guide or training that they can take and go apply later on, right? Same thing with nutrition. I'm going to educate you on nutrition. I'm going to shift your beliefs around nutrition. I'm going to tell a story about something. Oh, I remember when I used to, binge diet, and then binge eat, and here's what would happen, and here's how to overcome that. Okay. And then within the content, there's different types of content, whether it's a reel, a carousel, a graphic, like on Canva, some type of still photo. And remember, this is an extension of right here. So storytelling content, educational, controversial, pain points, testimonial, social proof. Once you start getting clients, you want to showcase the results they get. That's huge. Just like we do on this, and we're about to show you a ton more at the end. Future possibility, inspirational, and then just blatant selling in your content. You'd be amazed. Let people know you're open for business, that you have a program, that you have an offer. You need to be promoting your offer 2 to 3 times a week on social media. Okay. So that's the first part of it. And the first 2 parts, shifting your mind, shifting your message. Now we're going to jump into the serve part. Okay. So serving, do you think selling is slimy? Have you had a bad experience with pushy salespeople that are just very masculine, hard closing? You just feel a lot of pressure from it. And maybe you don't actually see the value in what you're offering. So it's hard for you to serve people and sell people into your program. Okay. So we'll read through this here. My face is in the way. Hi. Okay. What if you could enroll clients in your program and truly transform their life all because of your support? You can believe in yourself, love. You can believe in the value around your program, and you can never doubt your high ticket coaching. If you follow this framework, it's going to build your confidence because you're speaking to a specific person, and the value and the transformation you're bringing is so great. Okay. Remember, if you don't learn how to enroll clients, AKA do sales calls, sales pages, sell in the DMs, like get good at sales, you will not have a business. Period. It's like, oh yeah, I'm an online fitness coach. Okay, how much have you brought in sales? How much cash have you collected? People have no idea. So when you work with us, you're tracking you're tracking your money, you're tracking your revenue, you're tracking your profit, you're tracking your cash money and getting good at sales. Because like I talked about earlier, it's a proven formula that you reverse engineer. If you want to make a certain amount of money, there's certain activities you have to do. Considering yourself, you are a full-time marketer, full-time salesperson, and eventually you can hire this out and systemize this, and that's all down the road. Just know in the beginning, it is a lot of work because you're the one doing the selling, but it's so worth it, and you are able to really transform through this process, yourself and the people that you're working with, okay? So remember, we want people to feel in the sales process like the pain of staying where they're at. So we actually give you a proven script. We give you a step-by-step framework of what to say in the DMs, what to say on sales calls to effortlessly enroll clients to pay you $1,000 or more to work with you. And you might be like, oh, I don't think that's possible. It's possible. I've done it. So many of our clients have done it. Once you can shift that belief, it happens, okay? So remember, you can let people know you're helping people without being pushy, and you're really amazing at what you do. And the truth is, if they don't work with you, they're not going to get the results they deserve. And charging a premium price makes your clients have more skin in the game and commit. It's just how it is, period. And there is an art and a science to high ticket sales. I'm sure you guys are seeing a lot of this stuff online, just hot girls selling, and those people are basically high ticket closers. They get a percentage of what they're selling, but when you create your own program, you get 100% of it. Okay. So it's so fun. Even if you get into like network marketing, MLMs, like you're doing sales, right? You're making a 10 to 20% commission on something you sold, where when you have your own program, you get 100% of it. So when you sell a $1,500 program that we teach you how to set up and systemize and leverage, you get all of that cash. So it gets really, really fun. Okay. So that's the third step. And then the fourth and final step, once you've enrolled, is the fulfillment part. Okay. So it's mindset, marketing, sales, and now we're in fulfillment, which is where you get your clients' results and you're serving your people that signed up to work with you. Okay. So maybe you have a hard time charging high ticket prices because you wonder like who'd pay for this, or you think I'm new to online coaching. That still will show up in your sales process. And the biggest thing, girls, are like, how am I going to work with all these clients without getting burnt out? Or the biggest thing they say is, I'm afraid I'm not going to get them results, right? So that's what we're going to talk about here. So what if you could create an offer that is literally irresistible for your dream client? And what is the result that this person is going to get working with you? What does she want, and where will she be after your program? Okay. So you want to think of, you're selling the destination, not the plane. Okay. So someone might work with you in a 12-week program where they get customized workouts, macros, guidelines, all of this stuff. That's the plane. right? And you're going to mention the plane, right? We care about the plane. We want it to be safe. We want it to be comfortable. We want it to be a good plane. But at the end of the day, what I care about is laying on the beach in Mexico, sipping my martini, although I don't really drink these days. But, that's what we care about is the destination, looking sexy in the bikini, feeling like my husband wants me again after having a baby, like whatever that result is for them, that like your value in your program is the result. It's not you get this many calls in the program, okay? So sell the destination, not the plane. Okay, so you're going to create one high ticket, high value group offering that's leveraged, that's scaled, that's systemized, and we teach you all of that in our Shift and Serve program, okay? You can also downsell and create like lower ticket items, but we really recommend start with one offer because you can create lower ticket offers from that framework, okay? And again, you can systemize your program to bring on 20 plus high ticket clients over the next few months. So you want to build out an onboarding process. You're going to have a payment processor to take payments, an agreement they sign, a welcome email, an onboarding survey. We teach you and have all the templates for that. You're going to have your app that will give personalized workouts, nutrition guide, templates, guides. Again, we provide examples of all that. Daily messaging, they get one-on-one calls with you, one-on-one messaging, group messaging, and then calls, one-on-one to group calls. You are going to start out getting a handful of one-on-one clients, but as you start building 5, 10, 15 clients, you can move it into a group program that's very leveraged and systemized. And then you'll have an offboarding process to like re-sign them in your program, all of those different things. Okay, so that's the fulfillment part there. Hopefully this is getting your juices flowing and it's really exciting. And if you want to go ahead and take this framework for yourself, you can book a free one-on-one breakthrough session to create a customized game plan for you, how to apply this 4-step framework to go from 0 to 10K months as an online fitness coach. Okay, so you might be watching this, maybe your call's already booked, so congratulations. We're gonna get on a 60-minute call and dive through this framework with you, go over your marketing, what you wanna offer, what platforms do you wanna be on, what's your niche, what's your sales process? Like we're gonna go through all that on the call. And then at the end of the call, we can talk about what it looks like to work together with zero pressure. We're not about pressure here. It's a yes or a no, right? And this is a big life-changing decision, but we have the results and what are you waiting for, right? Okay, so shiftandserve.com/book. That's your booking page. Pick a slot to book a call to chat with us about going over a customized game plan on this framework and talk about potentially working together. But if we don't work together, no worries. You will get a ton of value from the call, but please hire a mentor, whether it's us or someone else, because it is the secret sauce to getting where you want. Okay. All right, guys. So that's pretty much all the stuff here. If you want to hang out here, we got Ellie. She just did our program a few months ago. You see she's signing clients on payment plans here. She started out very low ticket. She was getting married and stuff like that. So after the wedding, I think she started to sign some more high ticket clients as well. And you can see we're big on mindset. Bree, thanks to Coach Bree for getting me out of my funk. It's okay to feel my feelings. It is. Meg's here. You can see she made over $12,000 in the program. She's a beast. Emily made $18,000 in a month. Kanika, she got her new Cadillac Escalade at 24 years old. Like she absolutely crushed it. Mariah closing $1,500 clients. Like you guys can, I'm just going to breeze through these. You can pause it and look at this. Go reach out to these girls, like whatever you want. Like these are girls that have gone through Buff and Paid, which is now Shift and Serve. Okay. Amy signed a $3,000 client. Chloe here signed a $900 client learning our sales process and how to overcome objections. Meredith, $1,500. Like we just have so many of these. Erin, $1,500, $10,000 in sales. And did $2,100, $15,000 months. Like guys, if these girls can do it, you can do it. What are you waiting for? shiftandserve.com/book to book your call. If your call is coming up, congratulations. Start thinking about this framework, do the journaling, go through this training again. And I promise you, it's going to absolutely change your life. If I can do it, if so many of our clients can do it, why can't you do it? Okay. shiftandserve.com/book. Book your call. Again, there's no pressure, love. Just show up. We'll go through all the things. And either way, you're going to walk away with a ton of value. All right. Love you guys. And we'll see you on the call or see you on Instagram and all around social media. Again, I'm Bree Morrison. Thanks for your time, and you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace and love.